Beats Planet.
Hold up, man. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is this thing on? What's happening, y'all? What's good? What's good? Hello. Voch Lombardicus Prime. I wasn't even gonna do this. I was going to sit up. I was about to go to bed. I was going to sit up and be lazy the rest of the night. I put out a. I need water. Oh no! Wait a minute. Hold on now. Don't y'all move a muscle. This one is right off of me. All right. We got water now. Whew. All right. It's cardio keto Voch. We back like bra straps was good. I was gonna be lazy today. I put out this dry erase marker board talk today. I like those. I like to talk football. Let me give myself a little more volume. I like to talk football, and when people ask questions, I break out the white marker board and I explain to them. That was fun. Whenever we're done with this, y'all please go check that out. But I was pondering stuff all day, man, in between me watching YouTube videos about this one dude that had a puma in his house, and I guess it was a domesticated puma because it was chilling and it wasn't, killing nobody. So I'm like, damn, I want a puma. You know what I'm saying? I saw this other video about the raiding Area 51 situation. I was like, damn, that shit gonna like the No Russian mission in Modern Warfare 2. And I was like, damn. And I was just thinking about something all day, man. I was listening to the 105.3, the fan joint, and I disagree with a lot of people. Boy, do I disagree with a lot of people. And of course, in the news as of late, this whole Zeke thing is a really polarizing conversation as I take a sip of Happy Juice. The Zeke thing is a very polarizing conversation. And I know we just did the roundtable a couple days ago, and one thing I don't want to make it seem like is I'm trying to push Zeke off the bridge. Miss Scouting Pro says, have you been in the gym? No, I've been running though. I've been swole my whole life. Like I powerlifted in high school, then I got fat. So I don't really want to be in the gym. I just want to cardio it out till I get back. Then I'll get back in the gym. But anyway, how you doing, Miss Scouting Pro? This whole Zeke thing has been polarizing, and we had the roundtable the other day, and I know that my comments, if misunderstood, you can look at them and say that I want Zeke to be off the bridge, and that's not the case. If we're put in a bad situation, and if I had to pick, sure, Zeke can go, but in the perfect world, I want Zeke here, right? But my football opinion in general, like my big football opinion, the main one is that you win with horses. I say this all the time. You win with horses. No matter where they at, you win with them. If you got 5 offensive linemen that are horses and everybody regular, cool. If you got 5 receivers that are horses, everybody regular, fine. We happen to have a horsehead receiver, running back, 3 horses on the offensive line. And I think our quarterback's pretty nasty. He's a pretty solid quarterback, whatever. But there's this thing in analytics, this thing about numbers that make people think that Zeke is not important, or that, yeah, he's a horse, but it doesn't matter because football says he's not important. And I feel like if I didn't play football, right? Like I played football, I coached football, I came from eye testing football, and I think I'm pretty good at eye testing it, right? I didn't have analytics. I've never had analytics. I've learned football by watching film and breaking film down, and I noticed trends in football as well. I noticed them by looking at them, not necessarily noticing trends in numbers. But when I was listening to the guy that was pro analytics, it was Jesse Holly or some shit. I don't know. He was saying, first of all, I hate using the look who's in the Super Bowl argument because in the past, however many or so years, shit, Tom Brady been in 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? So we can't say, oh, in the past 20 years, such and such. Well, okay, Tom Brady was 6. The Giants was like, what, 2? The Broncos was here, there, whatever. And the common trend, what I'm noticing, is that you don't win Super Bowls unless your defense is elite or you got Tom Brady on your team. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think running back is really a pillar in this argument. I don't think, number one receivers don't win Super Bowls. I don't think that's the case neither. It's just that Tom Brady doesn't have number one receivers or top paid running backs, but he wins because he wins. Or these other teams that have top tier defenses, they don't have number one receivers or number one running backs. They just win because they got great defense. That don't mean you can't win without running backs or receivers. So I was listening to the cats make their points already. Just pardon me if I'm filibustering though. I was listening to the cats making their points, and they brought up the Giants Super Bowl. They brought up that one Pittsburgh Super Bowl or whatever. Even when they allude to like Patriots Super Bowls, right? I don't want like people speak on it as like the run game doesn't matter. People talk like run game doesn't matter or running back's not important. It's not true, because if running back wasn't important, nobody would run the football. See, the difference is, and I think this is a different angle that people aren't really taking into like consideration or whatever. Zeke is 3 damn running backs, basically. You know what I'm saying? If you look at how the Patriots, how they ran the ball, right, or just how they use running backs in general. They'll have what's my man's name? James White would catch the football, and it's been a LeGarrette Blount, I guess, would be the guy that runs people over, and I guess they'll have a home runny type guy. Well, Zeke is those 3 guys. They brought up the Pittsburgh Super Bowl with Willie Parker. Sure, but Jerome Bettis came in to run people over. Zeke's both those guys. Or Ahmad Bradshaw. Well, Brandon Jacobs was there, and there was another dude that caught passes too. Zeke is all those guys, right? So I think it's a bit irresponsible to say, oh, running backs are devalued or like running backs are unimportant. Adrian Lindsay said it's because of running back shelf life usually. Let me say this too about shelf life. We got to look at this in 2 different ways. Shelf life only matters when we're in GM mode, right? If fans fall into 2 modes, coach mode, GM mode, right? Coach mode is simply us putting together X's and O's, thinking about what players we can win games with this year. Example: people say, "Yo, let's sign Ndamukong Suh to a 1-year deal." Just to try to win a Super Bowl this year. That's coach mode. But GM mode is like, yo, man, we can't be giving Ndamukong Suh like a 5-year, $100,000 gajillion million billion dollar contract because it's going to count against the books. That's GM mode, where we're thinking into the future. When we talking about Zeke being on the team, we only talking about winning football games. We're only talking about coach mode. You know what I'm saying? So his shelf life would apply in 4 or 5 years. We ain't talking about 4 or 5 years. I'm talking about today. I'm talking about July 17th, 2019. What's the deal today? And Zeke's shelf life ain't a deal today. I want that dude on my team. Regardless of if you think running backs are unimportant. Even if you want to go the Kareem Hunt, Sharkandrick West conversation. Kareem would be the put his head down, balancey back. Sharkandrick is the shifty, catchy, ball out the backfield back. Zeke's both those guys. So I think it's counterproductive to have multiple people on your team to do one thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a situation where your pass catching back is on the field, then you lose something in power. Or if your power back is on the field, they're not going to throw him the ball though. Then you lose something there. I think there's something to having one guy on the field that does all the shit. Now, if you're going to have a backup running back that comes in and gives Zeke a break, once upon a time, whether it be like a Joseph Randle to DeMarco Murray, or just that guy that'll just take that third series like, all right, catch a break, and then you come back in and whoop ass, then that's cool. But I don't want to sit up here and say, oh, Zeke is not important to this title run or wouldn't be important on this team because he plays running back, his position. That's bullshit, because I still got a quarterback that I got questions about. I know my quarterback wins ball games, but he wins ball games with that dude at running back. You know what I'm saying? You can talk all this Dak Prescott, this da-da-da, boom, boom, boom. If you know how to make that dude win ball games, you give that dude what he needs to win ball games. And if Zeke's one of those guys, if top-tier O-line is one of those guys, if Amari Cooper's one of those guys, you give Dak what he needs to win ball games. I don't care about how much money's on your books. I don't care about who's on your roster. We only care about winning football games. Mark Sanchez can be on this damn team. If he was winning football games, it's all that matters. I've been a Cowboy fan for a minute. Y'all remember once upon a time, Tony Romo got hurt and John Kitna came in and won like 8 games and shit. We was like, yo, do we need to start John Kitna? You don't care who the hell's starting. You don't care who's on the books. You don't care how much money they make. At the end of the day, you want to win ball games. And if Ezekiel Elliott is that guy, then we shouldn't be thinking about the depreciation and value of running back, because if you win ball games, that's the only thing that matters. What's good, chat box? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about, man? What y'all talking about, man? What are y'all saying? Let's see what my chat box talking about before I get into my next shouting match. Let me tell you. Miss Scouting Pro says Zeke is special, but unfortunately he can't be trusted. True that, but I tell you what, Miss Scouting Pro. I tell you what, Zeke only see him get in trouble when he ain't got to go to football practice. I'll tell you that right now. Zeke ain't necessarily, he's not a problem during the season. It's just in the offseason, he got shit to do and he get to go party and drink. Then that's that. I remember once upon a time, the Cowboys like, yo, Dez Bryant, you're so valuable to this organization. We're going to send guys around to just follow you and keep you out of trouble. That'd be a fantastic idea for Zeke. Fantastic. Shit, Randy Gregory got a life partner that he gotta keep up with. Not life partner, but something about his accountability agent. Boom, boom, boom. Randy got one of those. Shit, hire somebody to hang around Zeke, and when Zeke want to punch somebody, the fall guy, shit, Chris Carter's fall guy. Yeah, Zeke needs somebody punched in the face. Tag Voch in. I'll drop elbows on his ass. Whatever you need. Whatever you need to have you available here. You know what I'm saying? So, it sounds like I'm riding both sides of the fence, because I do feel like y'all have heard me say if it was either Zeke or Byron, I would pick Byron. Y'all have heard me say that if Zeke gives you problems in terms of holding out, then do what you got to do with Zeke and move on, because running back is easily replaceable. However, don't get it mistaken. If I could have Zeke and have him perfectly and just him being one of my horses, then fine. Zeke's just going to have to be one of my horses. Voch, I'm surprised you didn't use beast mode as your running back argument. Yeah, it's true. When the Seahawks were making their run, I've been saying for a long time, Russell Wilson is pretty talented, but I ain't really ready to put him up there with the rest of the guys like the rest of the people are. The best football I've seen from Russell Wilson is when he's had Marshawn Lynch and one of the best defenses of all time. Now, don't get me wrong. If that's the formula for the Seahawks to be good, cool. Keep that dude, keep Marshawn Lynch on that team, and keep top tier defensive guys, playing defense for him. Then you got a pretty good Russell Wilson combo, and then fine. But if not, hey man, Russell Wilson can scramble and throw that thing to some receiver you ain't never heard of all you want, but that ain't the formula. That ain't the move. So, I'm just saying, man, people gonna have to come to grips that sometimes the team that you want isn't necessarily the team that you're gonna win with. You know what I'm saying? People gotta understand that. I know, you want the best quarterback in the league, and you want 3 running backs that are going to rotate, and you want to fit in certain spots and other guys to be unimportant. That may be the team you want. That may be the team you build in Madden. But that ain't how we're going to play ball over here. We're going to play ball with like a middle-of-the-league quarterback, a developing middle-of-the-league quarterback that we know that is clutch and can win ball games, a top-tier-ass running back, and an offensive line that I hope can get back to its prominence. And a nasty-ass defense led by an old dude that's really led by a young dude that y'all want to be head coach, but I need more evidence. This water's fantastic, by the way. I tell you what, I used to hate water. I'm like, man, this shit is tasteless. This shit is nasty. And then I played football for 8 years and water turned into gold for whatever reason. Shit. I ain't went back since. Miss Scout Pro say, Voch. What's up, Miss Scout Pro? Don't you think the issues that limited Dak also prevented Zeke from scoring the offensive line? Zeke's yards did not produce touchdowns. Is he missing Keith Smith? Hang tight, Miss Scouting Pro, because I may or may not drop a video on Red Zone production. I did a video on Red Zone production. You know what I'm saying? Because I partly was into that kind of thing when the season was going on. I was like, man, why the hell we can't run in the red zone? And what I noticed was we just made a lot of mistakes in the red zone, whether it be holding, whether it be taking sacks, drops, balls bouncing off receivers' hands into interceptions, fumbles. We just didn't execute in the red zone, you know. And a lot of people caught me defending Linehan. I'm not saying Linehan couldn't be improved. I'm not saying Linehan was a fantastic offense coordinator, but people were blaming the wrong things on Linehan. We couldn't score in the red zone because we couldn't execute. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it goes. We'll get in field goal range and Dak will get sacked and now we on the 50 somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That happened a bunch. So let me look back into that research because I don't want to speak unless I'm 100% on the matter. But interesting. It's an interesting thought. But I will say though, if we cut down on simple mistakes and we cut down on sacks, and which I think we'll cut down on both of those. Mental mistakes and sacks. Plus, if y'all want to incorporate scheme somehow, I mean, hell, if y'all want to, if you want to say that we're going to scheme better plays, then I think we'll automatically get bumped up a little bit. To be fair, the big thing about Linehan, his playbook wasn't terrible, his whatever wasn't terrible, but his situational play calling kind of was the one thing that pissed me off of anything. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I say all the time, if Voch Lombardi was the OC, then we'll win the Super Bowl every year, but you know how that go. I'm setting up the phones in case y'all wanted to call into the show and give me y'all's thoughts about anything that I'm saying. I'm setting that thing up right now. The number is, it's in my description. Hola. The number is 515-606-5187. Access code 309104. If y'all want to call into the show and give your thoughts and opinions on Zeke, on the running back position, whatever y'all want to talk about, y'all call in and do that. Somebody on the phone already. Hold on. Let me hit that button. Cut your ass. Cut your ass down. Cut down. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold up. Time out, player. Hold on. Let me set the phones up real quick. Hold up. Boy, hey, listen, my man was excited too, man. He was like, yeah, what's good? I was like, hold on. Let me get the sound straight. And could y'all hear him? Chat box, could y'all hear the cat that was on the phone? Because I've rigged up this button here because my soundboard or my mixing board is old and cheap, and this button here was jammed, so I had to kind of shove a toothpick up in there. I had to shove a toothpick up in there to keep that thing straight. Hold up, let me get my straight. So I need the input to be audio codec and the output to be audio codec. All right. And we going to get us a try. Hold on. And we going to... I promise y'all, one day I'm going to upgrade and I'm going to have all brand new equipment and we ain't going to have no damn buttons no more. We just going to be wireless and just everything going to be dope. I swear to God, my damn
My damn laptop was like a damn PS2. And that shit just hurt my whole heart. So let's give this a try. 361. What's happening? Who this?
This is Buttered Toast, man. I've commented on your post before.
Buttered Toast. What's happening, man?
Yeah.
First of all, let me ask the chat box this. Chat box, can y'all hear Buttered Toast? And Buttered Toast, do me a favor and turn down your laptop. I can hear me screaming because I'm loud as hell. But what's good, famo? What you got for the show?
Not much, man. So what are the topics? Was the topic Ezekiel Elliott?
Pretty much, yeah.
Paying him?
Yep.
Yeah. So, check this out, Voch. I just wanted to bring this up to you because the other day I was on the Eagles forum.
Mm-hmm. Why you doing that? Whoa, wait, time out, fam. Why you
because, well, okay, the reason was because I typed this Dallas Cowboys in Google, and then they had an article about Ezekiel Elliott holding out.
Yeah.
Sure enough, it was on Super Bowl Nation, but the bleeding green one for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I read the article, and then I read the comments, and all the Eagles fans are saying that he's the most consistent offensive player on our team. Mm-hmm. So they were all saying they wanted Ezekiel Elliott gone off the Cowboys. Like, they're hoping that we pay Dak and Amari Cooper so we don't have any cap room left to sign Ezekiel Elliott. Mm-hmm. And, they brought up, too, where I saw, because I'm not really for Dak paying Dak $34 million. Mm-hmm. Hold on real quick, Voch. Hey, can you answer this for me, bro?
What the
I'm not really for paying Dak $34 million.
Yeah.
Just because they brought up another stat where his dropped interceptions. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah.
But if the people that were picking him up, if they had caught those interceptions, he would have led the league, like, in interceptions, and it would have been like he would have been worse in the league. So,
I tell you what, man.
Anyways, that's my.
I tell you what, man. The way I see it, good thing they dropped them interceptions, bro. Good thing they dropped.
Yeah, I feel you.
And then like something else that you got to think about too. If you add Dak's dropped interceptions, then add every other quarterback's dropped interceptions, then everybody number goes up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just part of the game we got to deal with. Let me ask you a question. So do you just keep people by you when your phone rings for you to just make them answer the phone? Because that's kind of play if you do.
I'm at work right now, brother. I work nights.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So, I got a homie answering it for me.
Okay, then.
But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay. That makes sense, though. Buttered Toast. Appreciate it. Thanks for the call. I just put you down platinum, so next time you call in, you go to the top of the list. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. You have a good one.
Yeah. That's an interesting point, man. We normally hear these opinions from the perspective of a Cowboys fan, but shit, fuck, that's an Eagles fan. That's a Redskins fan. That's the opposite team. Hey, man, who would you rather not be on the team? This person, that person, that person. They'll probably tell you Zeke. Yeah. So think about it. If Zeke wasn't on the team, it'll be Tony Pollard, Mike Weber, and some other dude. Why don't you just take one guy that's those three guys? Keep Tony Pollard because he has a different type of set of traits or whatever, and let's just be great with one person instead. Let's be three people great with two people instead of being three people great with three people. Like you get more traits on the field at one time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just makes sense to me. Let's get back to the phone. 678. What's happening? Who this?
Hey, what's up, Vouch, man? This Terrence again from Atlanta.
What up, Terrence? What you got for the show?
I called you about last time with what was it that them sacks that what was it? Yeah, them sacks about with Xavier Su'a-Filo and Lyle Collins.
Yeah.
That's the last time I called you about.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I'm glad you cleared up about that Zeke thing. Something like you'd rather take Byron over Zeke. I'm glad you cleared that up because, like, man, you ain't got me scratching my head about that. I was like, dang.
Yeah, that ain't like, so look, let me just clean this up a little bit. Let me just say this. Let me just say, look, I don't want Zeke gone. If I can keep both, I will keep both. But if I had to pick out of Byron and Zeke, I would pick Byron, and my logic is the Cowboys seem to find running backs easier than they're able to find cornerbacks. I remember these years without cornerbacks. I've never remembered a year without us having good running backs. That's all I'm saying. But
yeah,
go ahead.
True. That's true. That's very true because
right.
like we had turned into like mediocre running backs into like fast running backs. Like I said,
Man,
with
Joseph Randle was straight.
with
he, was,
Joseph Randle, he was running the ball. He was great.
he was just
wasn't
stealing
all
draws.
He was all right.
He was just
Yeah,
yeah.
but I'm talking about like definitely a perfect example with Darren McFadden.
Yeah.
He was washed up, but with that great offensive line that we got, man,
Mhm.
he was still able to have 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
And all them haters all came talking about saying like he gonna at least have like 400. I was like, man, please.
Right.
But yeah, also yeah, but like I said, but I was like, man, I got to disagree. I'm gonna vouch on that one. I was like, nah, I would still pay Zeke over Byron because like, I mean, yeah, and you're right about it because Orlando Scandrick, he was good, but he wasn't like no. Of course, he wasn't like no shutdown corner. And but I'm gonna tell you like this here, who was almost close to it a little bit. I'm gonna say Terrence Newman.
Sure.
I would say Terrence Newman. Like he was almost close to it, so I really liked him. But yeah, like I said, Brandon Carr. Oh yeah, like I was with you on that. Throw him off a bridge.
Damn.
Mo Claiborne turned off as a bus. I was mad. I was pissed. Plus he came from LSU too. I was heartbroken, man. I was heartbreaking. I was like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what other thing else? But yeah, you definitely make a valid point about that. But I would say Jordan Lewis, he's coming up. He's still developing.
Sure.
So I still got faith in him. And who else? And especially with that same game too, man. I like, he's coming up. I believe my boy Cheeto too as well. My boy Cheeto, he's doing good.
Sure, 100%.
So I would still keep my boy Zeke over Byron though, man. Like, cause like I said, like I still rather have to pay Dak, Zeke, Amari, Jalen Smith, and who else we really had to pay? Who else left?
That's the big group right now. Like those are guys that we're really looking at. Everybody else probably not gonna get paid. Like guys like Malik Collins probably not gonna get a new contract. Anthony Brown probably won't get a new contract. I mean, that's just that just is what it is there. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So okay, if we can pay those four, and then if they still want to pay Byron, then good. Then.
Right.
But if they can't, then only person I'll let go is Byron Jones. I'm sorry, man. I hate to say it.
Sure.
He's a playmaker. He's a playmaker cornerback, but he's not no shutdown though.
Man, look, there was like 12 games in a row we didn't hear nothing from Byron's side. Let me say this though. I'll say this. I think there's something to when we play against the Saints and Michael Thomas wasn't able to do anything. You know what I'm saying? I think I think it's something to like, and then like, look, playoffs, right? Like the cornerbacks wasn't the problem. We just couldn't stop the run.
Not at all.
The corners couldn't get. The wide receivers couldn't get off because we had guys shutting down the pass on at cornerbacks. I don't want to just dismiss cornerback because I know we like what we do is surrounded by good cornerback play, and what that is that if we can leave guys on islands, if we can leave Byron on a guy, if we can leave Cheeto on a guy and let Anthony Brown play his face up zone type of deal, then we could put 7 guys versus the run. Good luck. Good luck to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, if we do get rid of Byron, I would hope that the next guy could do some of the things that Byron can do, but I just think part of why our defense was so damn special is that we was able to take away wide receivers with less people,
Right.
Yeah.
And then also too, I 3-tech, and I deep front, play that part because we draft very heavily on 3-techs as well. So that's why. So that's the thing about it that I'm not too much about at corner position like that much.
Yeah.
Especially like I said, we got Cheeto still, and we still got Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis still developing, and Cheeto developing.
Yeah.
So yeah. And also too, now what I'm about to ask you? Oh yeah, remember that dude that called you last time saying that he said that Lyell's our best offensive line. I'm like, what?
I tell you what, peep this out. I put 2 and 2 together, right? He actually called my show last time. He's the same guy that think our linebackers are trash, and he's the same guy that that think Byron Jones isn't that good. So all of his takes are kind of put together. So
Right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, man. You just got to play that. You don't know football card. That's all
I don't
it
even
is.
want to do that because he made no football. But damn, he made.
But you got to play it, man. That's
Yeah.
the real reason why I don't have no YouTube channel because I'd be cursing everybody out.
I cuss everybody out. I scream at that guy. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Right.
I feel
And
you.
then also too, one more thing too, bro, is I'm glad that boy Luke G didn't call either too, because he talking about the damn Detroit. He still talking about Detroit Lions still gonna take over the North. I was like, man,
This how funny Luke G is. I think he went on his show and told his audience whatever. Hey y'all, listen. This is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to go find Voch Lombardi, and I want you to say, hey, I want you to go debate Luke G over on his channel. And I think like maybe one person said it, right? And then Luke came on my show. Then Luke came, yo, Voch, you been seeing the people calling for you to come on my show. I said, Luke, I've seen nobody say that. Stop trying to send people to my show.
They scared. They scared. That's why.
To the baby, man. And I don't even think I'm some I'm not Bill Nye the Science Guy. Like I don't have all the answers and nothing like that. But shit, I'm chilling. I don't want to debate. I don't like screaming on people. I be chilling. But people, they just bring it out of me, I guess. But whatever. Good call though, Terrence. Appreciate you, man. I just plugged.
Yeah, all right, man.
I just plugged you in as platinum. So next time you call in, you go to the front. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I'm gonna keep calling, man.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was thinking about something, y'all. And let's see who I got on the phone. I got 2 unknown numbers. I got Dom, because Dom is platinum now. Hang tight, y'all. I was thinking about something while I was just on the phone or whatever. And I was going to talk about the 2016 draft anyway, but if I take that and put it with the information I just thought about, think about this. The Cowboys in terms of that draft. Now I know we were drafted 4th overall and we didn't have a shot to draft Joey Bosa, but let's just say that we could draft Joey Bosa. There was this faction of people that felt like we should have gone in a different direction, or that we should have drafted Jalen Ramsey. We should have drafted if Joey was available. Like we should get the pass rusher and not get the running back or whatever. I thought about it a little bit, man. I'm looking at how people don't want to pay Byron, and I'm looking at how people didn't want to pay D-Law. Shit, y'all probably wouldn't want to pay Bosa and Jalen Ramsey neither. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying y'all as in somebody in particular. I ain't calling nobody out now, but like we all Cowboys fans, we've heard somebody say, man, I wish we could have got Joey Bosa instead of getting Ezekiel Elliott. Well, we have a pass rush on our team, a left defensive end on our team, and Joey Bosa has had his fair share of injuries as well, and people ain't really want to pay Joey. I mean, people really ain't want to pay D-Law, so what makes y'all think y'all would want to pay Joey? And with the whole Jalen Ramsey thing, I mean, it's coming out that he has a character issue or whatever, but Byron's not as good as a cornerback as Jalen Ramsey, but I would say that Byron is about in the same tier, just about talent-wise in terms of what Jalen Ramsey would bring to you. And I think if we had to have a discussion out of Jalen Ramsey or Zeke, like if Jalen was on this team and Zeke was on this team, like, would we want to get Jalen? Like, we want to push Jalen off a bridge, like we want to push Byron off a bridge? That's just interesting to me. It's just interesting to me. I don't know. Jalen has more career interceptions than our entire secondary. Well, we don't get interceptions, Miss Scouting Pro. It just is what it is. But I'm saying in terms of a cornerback with a particular skill set, okay? Now, if Byron would have been playing one cornerback position for 5 years instead of playing safety then playing corner, then we probably would have had a different discussion. I don't know. But I just think that's interesting. Eastside Harold say, Voch, are you smoking crack? Ramsey and Jones, same boat, LOL. Somebody's not listening. Y'all see how the internet works? You see that? Matter of fact, let me time out. Let me see something. Let me just see this. Hold on. Let me do this. Time out. Let's just pause for a second. Time out, y'all. Let me just see something. And then you see that? Give me a second. Matter of fact, let me time out. Let me work. Give me a second. Let me just see something. Hold on. Exceptions then our entire. Hold on. Time out. Give me a second. Time out. Give me a second. Well, and people ain't really want to pay Joey. Hold on. Time out. I mean, people really ain't want to pay D-Law, so what makes y'all think y'all would want to pay Joey? Hold on. And with the whole Jalen Ramsey thing, I mean, it's coming out that he has a character issue or whatever, but Byron's not as good as a cornerback as Jalen Ramsey, but I would say that or whatever. But Byron's not as good as a cornerback as Jalen Ramsey, but character issue or whatever. But Byron's not as good as a cornerback as Jalen Ramsey, but I would say issue or whatever. But Byron's not as good as a cornerback as Jalen Ramsey. But boy, if you'll shut your ass up and leave me alone, dog. Damn, listen, man. Use your ears, please. Use your ears, please. Would you? Would you? Whatever, but would you, Eastside Harold, please? Byron's not as good as a cornerback as Jalen Ramsey. Huh? Would you? I know my man Terrence say he don't want to be a YouTuber because of shit like this, but damn. Character issue or whatever, but Byron's not as good as a cornerback as Jalen Ramsey, but I would say, let me go back to my phone. Let's go back to the phones, man. God damn. Dom, what's good, man?
What's up, Voch? How are you?
What they problem is, Don? Why they gotta come for me, man? What they talking about?
Man, you know what it is. They only hear part of it, man. They don't let you finish it.
They hear what they hear what they want to hear.
You say something about Ramsey, and and then you got, like you said, you got those ones that say, well, they'd rather have Ramsey than Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, because I love Ezekiel Elliott, and like you said, Ramsey got some character issues, and he just he Jacksonville had that one good year. They called him Saxtonville, and they were going to the top and whatever, and he started calling everybody out, and everybody started coming for him, and now he shut up.
Right.
So it's just one of those. I don't know. Like I said, man. People hear bits and pieces and then start saying, "Oh, well, you said this, and you said that Ramsey's this and Byron is this." No, well, let him finish it first.
I will attack these people all day, Dom. They gonna learn not to play with me. But anyway,
yeah, we ain't playing with Voch.
But anyway, what's good, fam? What you got for the show, brother?
Well, man, I was wondering, I was seeing in the in the caption, you want to talk about Zeke.
Okay.
And Zeke's my player, man. He's number 21, man. I always wear that shirt every Sunday.
Right. You should.
And I have him. I have Dak, and then this year I'm debating if I want to get either Smith or Vanders. I may even get both. I don't know. Trying to decide on that. But
yeah.
Anyways, well, what I was saying was, like I said, I love Ezekiel Elliott. I think he's a great running back. He's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
He's a once in a generation, type back. But at the same time, how do you feel about his off the character issues? I mean, do you want to, like I said, I would love to commit to Zeke, because like I said, he's a great back.
Yeah.
But the reports I got from the NFL and his meeting with Roger Goodell was that Roger Goodell told him, I'm pretty much gonna give you a pass on this one, but if something else comes up, we may have to go a different route.
I tell you
so,
what,
in my opinion, that puts Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and the Jones family in kind of a bad spot.
I tell you what, man. The one thing in terms of Zeke's character issues, I would really hate it if Zeke went to another team and turned 25 and then he figured it out. You know what I'm saying? Like he turned like he just got 1 year old and said, "Man, maybe I need to sit my ass down somewhere." And we missed out on that maturity. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that I don't want to happen, man. In terms of a football player, it's an easy decision, but it's just something extra that we gotta think about. In terms of leverage, I don't really know if Zeke got all the leverage like that, man. I mean, Zeke would help us win a Super Bowl, but shit, Zeke want to win a Super Bowl too, and sure, Zeke wants to get his money. Zeke gonna get his money from somewhere. If not us, somebody's gonna give Zeke his money. But Hell,
no doubt.
Zeke's the one that's been to the principal office the last or twice in the last 2 years or 3 or whatever. So he might want to sit his ass down
that's
to get
true,
this
yeah.
money. It's not like the Cowboys trying to shortchange him. We just want him to sit
Oh,
down
no.
somewhere. You know, like they gonna pay him. They gonna give him what he needs. He needs to sit the fuck down somewhere.
yeah.
So I don't know, man. It just it just depends, man. We'll see what happens.
And so do you think from like I guess you can say from an evaluation standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I don't know, I'm sure you did read this because it's been all over the internet. But now that security guard that he pushed wants to press charges. So now if I think if I'm Jason Garrick and I'm you know Kellen Moore and you know the offensive guys, I might play you know Mike Weber and Tony Pollard a little bit just to see, because I mean I'm pretty sure Zeke would be able to pay his way out of that. I would hate that for him.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I mean, if he has to serve some time, then they're going to be without him. So I mean, I would want to see what else I've got, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, and then I mean, I don't know about you, man, but I like preseason football. I do. I think it's great. It's fun to watch.
Sure.
But at the same time, there's only so much you can learn from it.
Boy, let me tell you something, man. There's not the best football in the world is when desperate people fight for a spot. You know what I mean? Like there's some week 3 and 4 preseason games that are better than some regular season games. I mean
Hell yeah.
because it kind of gives you that college football feel. The passion's just a little bit different. So.
The hits are harder, the runs are better. Yeah.
So I mean, we're gonna have to see, but you know, thing about preseason football is that there are no real consequences. You know, like you can run out any guy on your roster and see how they kind of stack up or whatever. So we probably gonna see an offense that's like Mike White with Mike Weber throwing the ball to Rico Gathers and what's my man Lance Lenore or whatever.
Lenore.
So that's gonna be an interesting. That's just fun, you know what I'm saying? And if we lose the game, fuck it, it's preseason, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Some people don't like preseason, but it's fun to me. I fucks with it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like like you said, you get to see, you know, and then you know some of those guys end up being the stars by the end of the. You know, by the end of the year, you know, due to injuries and you know whatever, you know, because you know for football's rough. So you know a lot of those guys that you know that are backup sometimes by the end of the year could be starting. You know, so
yeah, sure enough. Anyway, though, man, appreciate it. What was that? Go ahead. What?
I had one more.
Okay, go ahead.
One more thing for you.
Go ahead.
With the addition of our old Hall of Famer Jason Witten coming back to us, which is great. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
So where do you? I mean, I'm kind of torn, man, because you know towards the end of the year last year, that boy Blake Jarwin was starting to win me over just a little bit.
And that's the thing about it, man. You can't rush. You can't rush tight ends, bro. And Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin last year, they were rookies basically. So we really didn't know where they were going to be at. Now, if Blake Jarwin ends up being the guy from the Giants game, good, good. I'll take him. You know what I'm saying?
TDs.
Right. So you know, we could have 3 tight ends when we really only expect to have 1. So we'll see. I saw this picture of Dak in San Diego. He was working out with him, and Blake and Dalton big now. Like they big. So they
got in that weight room, got in that conditioning program there.
They've grown into their man bodies or whatever, and you know, boom. So it is what it is.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate it, Don. Thanks for the call, brother, man.
Yes, sir. I'll shoot you another one the next time you go live, brother.
For shizzle, salute.
All right, later, man.
La, da, da, da. Miss Skyrim Pro say, Voch, why do you have that knife on camera? It helps my nerves. Two things I like to do on camera while y'all not looking is I'm either playing with my knife, I'm clicking a button on my pen, or I dispatch and reload magazines. It's good. It's just good. It's good for my nerves. It's good for my nerves. Anyway, let me hit that button and let me go back live. Boom, boom. Space Cowboy says he's gonna call in 5 minutes. Cool. All right, Space Cowboy. So you're gonna call in 5 minutes. Let's check these phones out. Oh, wait a minute, goddamn. Hold on. 100 grand. What's good, man? Wait a minute, God. Hold on. Wait, time out. Wait a minute. Wait. I gotta mute. Hold on. Let me mute my playback and get you back into the. Then cut your volume back up. Okay, my bad. What's good, famo?
I heard you humming because I got high, dog.
I do that sometimes, man. My bad.
I heard that, homeboy. Okay.
I do that sometimes, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just part of my show nerves, man. It's just my show nerves.
I got high.
My fault, man. What the hell you want, man? Starting mess on my show.
Hey, listen, man. I just called to talk about Alabama football because college football is on the horizon. We on a revenge tour right now. So I came to push my Cowboys to the side because it's Cowboys Alabama all day long. You know what I'm saying? I just want to talk. We don't talk about, Alabama football. I think you ride with the tide, don't you?
Okay, so let me ask you a question, man. Let me ask you a question. So why are people saying Jerry Jeudy's the best football player in the whole country? Like, not the best receiver, but the best football player in the whole country. Like, what's that about?
Because I will push Amari Cooper off a bridge in a heartbeat for my boy.
Huh?
I'll push Amari Cooper. I'll push Randall Cobb off the bridge. Hey, listen, let me tell you something.
For Jerry Jeudy?
Matter of fact, no. He a beast. You telling me he not? Listen, man.
Cooper?
What?
Cooper?
Oh, no. I keep Coop because he a Bama boy. I want all.
God damn.
Listen. I keep Coop because he a Bama boy. But I'm sorry. Number 2 got to go.
For Jerry
Jeudy.
For Jerry Jeudy.
I'll tell you right now. Listen here, man. We trade Zeke, we get some first-round picks, and we pick up Jerry Jeudy, and we ride with those guys that we just got, and we rolling, baby. I'm telling you right now, them Bama boys.
You sound
man.
You sound insane.
What are you talking about?
We ain't getting 5.
What you gotta say about my boy?
We ain't getting 5 first-round picks for Zeke, man.
What you say about my boy?
We
don't need 5. We don't need 5.
Huh?
If we get 2 or 3.
Listen, we can get 1.
If we get 2 or 3 first-round picks for Zeke Elliott, we can draft Tua. I want Tua as a Cowboy.
I don't want Tua no more.
Draft Jeudy. Whoa, wait a minute. What are you talking about, man?
Peep this out. Peep this out, 100
Why
grand.
you don't want Tua?
100 grand. Peep this out. You're an Alabama fan, right?
I know he hurt.
That's exactly what I'm about to say, guys. That's
if
exactly
you're
what I'm
holding that against him now.
Exactly
They said the same thing about Carson Wentz.
Let me ask you something, 100
Carson
grand.
Wentz got all that money.
100 grand. Let me ask you a question. So
Carson Wentz was hurt in college.
That don't mean I want that shit on my team. What the fuck you saying? 100 grand. 100 grand. Let me ask you a question. 100 grand. Let me ask you a question.
See what Jalen Hurts bum ass do.
Peep this out.
Jalen Hurts bum ass do.
I'm not.
Bum ass.
I'm not profiling you, but you're an Alabama fan, and let's just say you a real one, right? Let's just say you a real one. So when you was watching the game, who was that versus Georgia, and they hit him, and he was slow to get up, and they hit him again, and he was slow to get up, and they hit him again, and you was like, shit, they might as well roll this motherfucker out of there. Tell me you ain't say that.
I did. I fell for the man.
And Jalen Hurts came in that thing, and he was scoring. Tell me you ain't say that.
He was. Hey, listen, Jalen Hurts did his thing. But Tua came and listen, man. That's like Dak Prescott came in and come on, man.
Let me say this. In terms,
Tua brung a nut. Jalen Hurts was not a runner like that. Like he just.
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this. Jalen Hurts is not gonna be a pro football player, in my opinion. I don't think he can play pro football.
You don't think he's gonna get drafted?
Jalen Hurts.
He's gonna get drafted. He's gonna get drafted. I'm telling you right now.
He might get drafted, but Pat White got drafted. Trevon Boykin got drafted. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying Jalen Hurts ain't gonna start?
He ain't
For
gonna.
somebody, yeah, start for somebody.
He's not fast enough to be a skill player. He's not good enough to be a quarterback.
He's not.
He's
I
not.
agree.
So,
I agree.
my
100%.
only thing about Tua Tagovailoa, and that boy he's one of the better. If
Thank you.
Sunshine didn't
Because-
exist, Tua Tagovailoa is the best passer of the football in the past 5 years or so in college football.
Mm-hmm.
Tua Tagovailoa can throw that damn thing, but he
and he can run.
but he little
And
bitty.
He got them wheels.
But he little bitty, and his ass was on the grass
Yeah,
3-4
I
times
agree.
versus
I
Georgia.
agree.
That's it.
I agree. I don't like the fact he's short. I agree 100%. But look at Drew Brees.
Motherfucker, Drew Brees at least get hit and get up. Drew Brees get hit and get up. Tua Tagovailoa. Man,
Okay, let me tell you something. So this year, when he win the Heisman this year, what you gonna say?
I'm gonna say that he won the Heisman because he's one of the better players in college football. However,
we got six of our offensive weapons back, and they all. Woo,
I tell you what.
Reload.
I tell you what. I'm gonna say if he win the Heisman, if his ass win the Heisman, I'm gonna say, boy, that offensive lineman did a good job of not getting his ass hit. As soon as he get hit, his ass ain't getting up.
Oh, so you say the same thing about Dak, no?
Dak get up.
Man, come on.
Dak get hit and get back up. Tua get breathed on, and he roll around in the grass. I saw that boy from Georgia sneeze on Tua. That boy from Georgia, that boy sneezed on Tua.
I'm gonna bring this back to Carson Wentz. Then Carson Wentz just get $32 million.
That don't mean I want the injury prone quarterback on my team. What the hell I got to do with anything? Fuck you mean? Shit. They quarterback get hurt. We can get one too. No. Man, that's crazy, Hunter. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, man. What you think my boys gonna do, man? What you think? We gonna go undefeated again? I mean, it's gonna be us and Clemson again. I know everybody ain't gonna like it, but we ready to roll, man. We ready to roll, man. It's the comeback tour.
Can't nobody
it's
beat
the comeback
Alabama.
tour. We pissed off right now.
Yeah. I think Alabama's still leading the series versus Clemson. Like I know it sounds like it sounds like Clemson be beating the hell out of Alabama, but that's just because people really want Alabama to lose. Like Bama normally beat the shit out of Clemson, so you know it just.
We run it, man. Listen.
Deshaun Watson got beat 3 times, dog. Well, he got beat twice.
Deshaun Watson looked like a clown. Deshaun Watson looked like a clown. He couldn't touch us.
Except one time.
Except
one time.
One time, okay. That's just like Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz beat Dak Prescott one time, didn't he?
I'm about to hang
okay.
up. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of you bringing it up. I'm so tired of you saying Carson Wentz's name. What? You think I'm a fan of Carson Wentz or something? I don't like Carson Wentz.
No. I know you don't like Carson Wentz, but they say that's our competition in the NFL. They say that's the team we got to worry about, which I don't think so. I don't think we got to worry about
my
them.
goddamn.
We ain't got to worry about nobody. And everybody, listen, Zeke ain't gonna hold out. Come on, man. Jerry Jones just spoke to that man.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
And you know, Stephen Jones don't play that. Stephen Jones said, "Listen here, son. Mm-hmm. Hold out if you want to, dog. We gonna kick you up a break." Stephen Jones, don't listen to Jerry. Listen to Stephen. When Stephen talk, he mean business. Stephen ain't Jerry. Yeah. Stephen don't bullshit you. Mm-hmm. Stephen will tell you straight up, if you hold out, son, you gone. Yeah. Straight up.
Yeah.
Because Stephen don't want no drama on his team. You hear that, right? He ain't about that drama shit, man.
Yeah.
Get the business. He ain't like Jerry. Nah, Stephen don't want no distractions at all. He don't play.
Stephen ain't never been punked. Like, he ain't never been punked by nobody. Boy, these agents be... Look, man, they had this interview on 105.3. D-Law's agent called in, and he was like, bruh, like, me and that nigga ain't even friends no more. I don't even want to be cool with Stephen no more. he was like Stephen Jones was such a thorn in his side. He was such an asshole to him. It was like, bruh, man, like, bruh, D-Law, you might not, you ain't gonna be a Cowboy this year, because that's just what we dealing with. And they eventually came to the number that they came up with. But Stephen ain't making it easy, man. Stephen ain't making this shit easy.
Stephen ain't, man. Stephen is not. Stephen ain't playing. And as much as they did for Zeke, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. As much as they had his back,
Yeah.
He ain't. That's just clickbait, man.
Yeah.
That's clickbait. And if he do, listen, man, I'm confident in them draft picks we got. That, as long as our offensive line is good, listen, man. If that draft, man, if Tony is good as what's advertised, listen, we straight. I'm telling you.
Sure.
We straight. And if we need to trade him, like I said, man, we gonna get 1-2 draft picks, man, and we just move on.
Man.
Because if he don't get the money from us, he gonna get somebody a trade for Zeke in a heartbeat. I'm telling you right now. You don't think he'll get a 2 number 1s for Zeke?
Probably not.
What?
Because if that's the case, it'll turn into a leverage situation. And if Zeke is gonna leave the Cowboys anyway, I'm not giving up a draft pick. I'm just gonna wait till he leave the team. Or I would give him like a low pick just to kind of beat everybody else in the race. But I don't think it's gonna turn into a first round pick bidding war.
But he still got 2 years on his deal though. It's not like,
I feel you.
see what I'm saying? It's not like his deal is up. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Plus,
we'll get a high draft pick for him because we still got 2 years.
Plus Zeke just knocked that boy out in Vegas. According to him, he just put hands on that boy and knocked his ass.
Ain't nothing gonna happen to Zeke about that, man. They know what time it is. He trying to get some money and still trying to get some press. If you gonna press charges, you should have did that months ago, fam.
I tell you what,
you already shot yourself in the foot. Young lawyers and all that already said the NFL didn't suspend him, so I'ma invoke some justice. So what are you? Boy, go sit down. Go take a seat.
I tell you what, if anybody get knocked over by this small shoulder shrug,
exactly,
and I fall and I get up and I be like, say sorry, I don't want that dude working security for nobody.
Exactly. I bet you he got fired. I guarantee you
That's why
fired.
he pressing charges.
The NFL is powerful, man. You think them Las Vegas people gonna do something to Zeke, and Vegas is trying to get an NFL team?
Hell no.
Come on, man. Think about this now.
Hell
Ain't
nah.
nothing happening to Zeke, dog.
Nah.
Man, he might as well just go home. He might as well just go home, dog. I can imagine him. Look at the ridicule he getting on his social media from all these Cowboy fans because he pressing charges on Zeke. I could imagine his timeline. Woo! They roasting that boy.
Hey man, he's in Vegas, man. He's in Vegas where he need to be. But I tell you what, if my son get pushed over, and I don't have kids, but if my son gets pushed over, and he gets up and asks me to and asks who pushed him over to say sorry, then I'll whoop my son when he get home. He get no whooping.
Exactly. Me too. And he say he want to be a football player. How you gonna be a football player and you got pushed over by a little shoulder shrug?
Not getting knocked down like that.
What team you said you want to play for? Yeah, I'm trying to get like Zeke.
Every time
I'm trying to.
Every time Hunter Grant called my show, all my inside voice go out the window and I just start screaming and yelling and I get unprofessional. I start cussing and shit. I start cussing. Like, come on, man.
Like we from the block, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, viewers. I'm sorry, audience.
I apologize too, man. I mean, every time we get together, it's like we from the block, like we knew each other for mad years, and it just go. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is.
100%, man. 100%. Keep
even
on.
Even though he ain't followed me on Instagram, I'm about to unfollow him because he ain't followed me back.
I don't follow
rifles off and shit.
I don't follow nobody. You two-faced it Indian giver. Damn it.
I'm gonna take my follow back.
Fine, man. I'll follow your Instagram page. I'll do it right now. Damn.
All right, Cowboys Nation. Y'all know what time it is, and time.
Let me hang up on his ass. DJ Hunter Grand. Follow him on Instagram, please, so he can get his numbers up. Because apparently that's what this is all about.
All right, bro.
Damn. Oh, man. That's crazy, man. Hunter Grand really gonna hold me hostage over this Instagram follow. Dan got the plan. What's up, man? Thought your name was DeQuante or some shit. Dan got the plan. What's up, bro? Space Cowboy, what's cracking?
What's going on, man? What's up? What is the question for today, man?
Why do I scream, yell, and cuss and when I get on the phone with Hunter Grand, and when I talk to everybody else, I calm down and I speak in my inside voice and all that type of shit. I don't know. We're basically talking about the running back position, it being devalued, air quotes, allegedly. I hate analytics. I hate number guys. You're a number guy. I don't hate you, but I hate.
I mean, I don't know about that, but no, I'm just kidding.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just just Zeke in general, just this whole thing. What's your opinions? I haven't talked to you in a while since all this Zeke stuff been going on.
I mean, I mean, obviously I was busy today since it's my birthday. I'm the big 21, so
Salute to you, man. Go buy you a drink or something.
I already got the. Anyway.
Alcoholism. Go ahead.
Nah. But anyways, what was I gonna say? So, I think I talked about this before on my channel. My whole take on it is, look, the thing that kind of bothers me is that we don't want to pay the players at that and again, I understand that negotiation takes a while. I'm not ignorant to that fact, and I know the Cowboys will pay Zeke. I just feel that maybe Zeke can wait, but at the same time, it's not like the Cowboys can't pay him. Like when you're talking with your coworker and you're saying like, oh man, I might quit or I might put on my 2 weeks. I don't know. It's kind of like that from what I'm hearing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're asking me, is the running back position devalued? Well, it depends on what the value you put on it. Because I remember before like Todd Gurley and Zeke, though, using top 10 picks on running back, before everyone had the notion of, oh, you can easily replace the running back position with second, third, fourth round guys.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is you don't get longevity from those guys. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we look at Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley's a guy that, we're questioning if he's going to be able to be there the long haul. But you look at a guy like Zeke. Zeke, in my honest opinion, is a once-in-a-generation running back. I remember before the 2016 draft, everyone was comparing him to Adrian Peterson. Oh, he's the most complete back since Adrian Peterson. They said this over and over and over again. And then when he gets selected by the Cowboys, everyone wants to, throw him under the rug and, all that other crap. But, hey, that's what it comes with being a Cowboy. But in terms of the running back position being devalued, it's kind of like a tough question because it depends on how you view it. Because, like I was talking, because when I went out today, my father's a Steelers fan, so he looks at the running back position different than I do.
Sure.
Because, like, for me, I feel like you need a workhorse back, that one guy. He thinks, oh, you could just plug and play anybody. Because, his Steelers have done it differently than the Cowboys have.
Let me just say this. I hate that stance, man. The whole you can just find a guy to do it. Let me tell you something. For every Phillip Lindsay, there was five other running backs that didn't work. Devontae Booker didn't work. What's my other man that was at the Broncos backing up CJ Anderson or whatever? I forgot his name. But every time there's this brand new young running back that's supposed to, oh boy, see, I told y'all we don't need these first round guys to co-play. Bro, it don't always work out that way, man. A lot of these guys get drafted, but they don't end up being shit. They don't end up being nothing. Goddamn, Devontae Booker was supposed to lead me to the promised land on my damn fantasy team. He ain't do shit. Nothing.
You know what's funny?
Monty Ball. Ronnie Hillman, thank you. Ronnie Hillman. Ronnie Hillman did nothing. Nothing.
I forgot who that was for like half a second.
Broncos. The Broncos have gone through like 4 running backs, but then when they get Phillip Lindsay, they go, "Uh-oh, the Broncos got this all figured out." Shit, get that.
I want to point something out too. Look.
What's up, man?
I've been seeing a lot of people be like, "Oh, we did it with Murray. We can find another Zeke." Well, here's the thing. When we drafted DeMarco Murray in the 3rd round, he was, I believe, 23 years old, so he was an older back when we got him. Mm-hmm. And when he was expiring on his deal, I think he was like 27, 28. I don't remember off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. So, and you look at Murray's track record, and you can say, me personally, I was like, I don't know if you bring him back because his track record doesn't show it, that you can, he's deserving of that. Zeke, my honest-to-God question is okay, what has Zeke done to warrant us to trade him? He's led the league in rushing twice. Mm-hmm. He's been to 2 Pro Bowls. He's literally from what we've seen, he has been the offense. He's been I believe somewhere between 25 to 30% of the offensive production of our team. Yeah. And now then the question is, okay, if you are to trade him, how can you replicate that production? And people might say, well, you can just draft another guy. Well, like I always say when it comes to the draft, any position, any player, it's always like a lottery pick. You're not guaranteed he's going to be the next Zeke. Not only that, Zeke's 23. He's going to be 24 in like a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, he has a lot more tread on his tires than people think. Like we're not like if Zeke was 27, 30, then we can possibly be having this conversation of maybe you let him go, but we're not.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, I think it's ridiculous. And then I hear, like, people saying, like, oh, you could just franchise tag him. I think that that's stupid, too. Like, it's best that you give him a contract extension. And trust me, I get annoyed sometimes with the stuff he does. He can have his fun, and he is a knucklehead sometimes. But, I mean, come on, man. Zeke's a once-in-a-generation back. I don't think it's fair to throw him in the – like, what was it? I was listening to freaking Colin Cowherd and his idiot self saying, like, oh, well, the Vikings did it with Adrian Peterson after 10 years. I'm like, that's such a stupid comparison because you're comparing a guy that was more towards the tail end of his career, and we knew that he was more or less done in Minnesota, to a guy that, in my honest opinion, hasn't hit his prime yet, hasn't hit his peak yet. And that's the part that bugs me is, like, why would you trade someone that has such immense value to – it's like, remember when people were saying, oh, we got to get rid of Dak, Zeke's carrying the whole team, and then the minute – that we got to pay the bill, everyone's like, oh, we got to jump ship with everybody. Come on, man. Pay your players, and then we don't got to deal with it.
But that's the thing, though. They don't, like, Cowboy fans don't want to pay anybody. I think they're taking it from the angle that the money that we save in salary cap funds just gets passed out at the end of the month to all the Cowboy fans or whatever. Like, it's like, we're not going to see none of that money, man. Pay these guys. Pay your players. Because what happens is like we draft really well. So all the guys that we talking about paying right now, they're all guys that we drafted. Not Coop, he's the one exception here, but everybody else we drafted them. So what we about to do now is we about to pay that crop of guys, then draft a whole new crop of guys that can come in and play for us. And that's a whole nother super team that we added. So
no, and I also want to add too, like people always bring up the term salary cap hell. Listen, salary cap hell, and I will say this till the cows come home. Salary cap hell only exists if you think that your team, like, okay, if the Cowboys were in a situation to where Zeke was an average running back and we're paying him a ton of money and now we have no more money to improve the position or whatever the case may be, that's salary cap hell. The Cowboys are nowhere near that, especially considering the fact that the team's young, they haven't peaked yet. Like a lot of people will point to what happened during the Romo era. Thing was during the Romo era, you already had aged veterans on those teams, hence why we had to go through those 8-8 seasons, because by the time after 2009, the team was old and it had to rebuild, and then it had all these locked up contracts, and as a result, and only that, we threw out contracts all willy-nilly, and that's why I think we were scared that we were back then. And hey, listen, we've, like, I would say over the past couple years, like, there hasn't really been any bad contracts the Cowboys really have given out that I remember over the past couple. I mean, like, yeah, you had a couple here and there, but it's like, it's nothing like, oh my God, I'm tied to the hip and I can't get out of it.
Time out. Big dog, if you listening, go to the chat box and tell me your area code. Go ahead, my fault.
Oh, no, my bad.
No, go ahead.
No. But my whole thing is right, salary cap hell exists for teams that can't improve with what they have already. Yeah. Like, we know we draft, like you mentioned, Boss, we draft so well, we don't have to per se worry about reaching into free agency to plug up holes like some other teams do. Because some other teams view free agency as a building mechanism over the draft. We view the draft as a building mechanism over free agency, and that's, in my honest opinion, that's how it should be. And I think that it's not even about drafting the players, it's about using the draft assets to acquire talent that works. Like with Amari Cooper, you send a first-round pick, this guy ends up being a great pairing with your quarterback and makes your offense click.
And this is why that's brilliant. This is why that's brilliant, because if you use free agency to build your team or whatever, then you're going to end up with like $3 in cap space. But the Cowboys have been drafting people, and we have a whopping 60 with a possible $80 million in cap space. It's different. Timeout Space Cowboy. Let me get this call in because they're a first-time caller, and I want to show a little love.
My bad.
817, what's that? Who this? This Big Dog?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the Big Dog, Tyron, Big Dog, whatever you want to call me. What's up, man?
What's good, fam? What you got for the show?
Well, first of all, I do want to say I've been following the show probably ever since first. Well, it's funny. I was around the draft league. I always do draft, and it's kind of crazy. I'm like a Cowboy fan. I got my own draft set up in my own house.
Okay.
I'm looking at Crazy Dog with me crazy. I got all this stuff written down. I'm like, I think we should draft him right here. And they'd be like, man, you work for the Cowboys or what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. But I'm a fan. I'm from Dallas.
Okay.
So I got season tickets. I'm always at the games. I'm real involved with it. And I noticed today I was doing a discussion about Zeke. And I was like, all right, let me jump in here and see what they're talking about today.
Shit, let's run it. What you
got? So let's say Zeke. I think the Zeke is, I heard the guy was saying, he's a one-in-a-lifetime back, generational back, and I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Should we pay him? Yes, we should pay him, but we shouldn't pay him nothing crazy. I think we should pay him just because we actually have a team. I think Zeke should probably get anywhere between $12 million or so, and then he had to accept the fact that we got to save a little bit of money for Amari Cooper coming up on contract.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? We have to. Well, I don't want to pay Dak $35 million, to be honest with you, but we got to save a little bit of money for him. I'm more comfortable paying Zeke than I am Dak, because I know what I'm gonna get out of Zeke. He's 23 years old. Every time we give him the ball 20, 25 times a game, I expect 100 to 125 yards that game, and probably 1,600 yard season. And he's only 23, so I think he can do that for another 3, 4, 5 years. He might be able to. Now that the line's kind of back intact, I know you're happy about that.
Sure.
I've been seeing you on your draft. Now you're happy about that.
100%.
But now that the line's intact, I think he could probably get 2,000 yards if we wanted him to do that. Not saying we're asking him to, but he's still within his prime and can do that.
Yeah.
So we should pay him. But behavior issues with Zeke, some of it I think is fluky. I don't think he's a mad dude. I don't think he'd be. I don't know if he, the situation with the girl or not, I don't know. But then he kind of got in trouble again with pulling another girl's shirt down. So that's another thing. And then he got in trouble in Vegas. And so it sounds weird, but I feel like he's actually getting better. It's less situations. First he was hitting the girl. Now then he pulled a girl's shirt down. Now he just run into a dude. It's like.
Wait a minute. Shut your ass up. Shut up. Wait a minute. Space Cowboy, you hear that?
Yep.
He's saying. So look, what you're saying is technically every time Zeke get in trouble is a worse offense. This time he just bumped somebody. At least he ain't, at least he ain't violate nobody.
Don't worry, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Oh, he's getting good with some stuff, but it's less stuff.
That's funny.
That's funny. So hopefully, by you said 25, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think he will have it together by about 25.
Yeah.
And I think if we give him a contract, I will give him a behavioral, get it together. You mess up, you're gonna take this money away from you type of contract. We don't got that for you to be for you to get suspended for 6 games. We actually need you. So I would give him a behavioral based contract.
Sure.
$12 million or so, $13 million, whatever like that. I would honestly pay him this year just so we can say, hey, Dak, I ain't got that 35 for you this year, but we're gonna have to make you earn that. That's what I'm more comfortable paying Zeke that.
Oh man, oh boy, man. Pay your quarterback, man. What are you doing? Pay your quarterback. Damn.
I like that.
You don't like that.
35 is a lot.
35 is the market. It just is what it is. It's that's just the cost of doing business. I think the quarterback is the only position where you can't play chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Byron. I want Byron on this team, but if Byron walk up in here with some my way or the highway, holla at you. You know what I'm saying? Because I can find some more corners. I don't feel good about having to go find a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Even with running back, I love Zeke. I want Zeke on this team. I can play chicken with Zeke. You know what I'm saying? What if Zeke played chicken with us last year and we had to use a pick to draft somebody? You're a draft guy. We had plenty guys that we could have gotten this year that can come in, not be as good as Zeke, but we could find a running back if we needed to. Fam, I don't want to play.
Right.
I don't want to play chicken with no quarterback, man. We know the formula.
So easily.
We know how to win with
I
him.
would,
Go ahead.
right. Now the Dak, I said $35 million because that's a lot. Because if he asked for that much, then I feel like that's too much money to give to Dak. Because although I like him, I think he's cool. I gotta
wait a
be
minute.
honest.
Time out.
I
Watch
don't
this.
think
Wait a minute. Watch this. Watch this. I'm sorry, but watch this. It ain't like we're some brilliant quarterback drafting team. Tony was undrafted.
Right.
Tony was undrafted.
Right.
And in terms of Dak, we ain't even want Dak. We wanted Connor Cook and Paxton Lynch. We stumbled in
Right.
the,
We
stumbled in the Dak. I don't want to take no chances with my quarterback, man. Pay that man and let's run it before we end up paying some cat that we think is good, but they really trash and we end up in purgatory for real, for real. Pay the guy.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I said pay Dak. 28 sounds a lot better than 35, especially because you start getting 35. Now we start saying, okay, now hold on.
I tell you what.
Somebody on the line got to get paid.
I tell you.
I guess Collins is going. I guess we're gonna hope it's run the dice with McGovern. Hope he runs out, and then because Dak needs a line.
Leal can go. Leal can go today.
I'm cool with Leal leaving.
But in terms
cool with
of
him
in terms of Dak's 35, sure, 35 sounds bad today, but shit, what about tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? And when the next 8 guys get paid, Dak gonna be way in the middle. We're gonna be like, hey man, we kind of got Dak for a steal. You know what I'm saying? It's just the cost of doing business. Because look, Pat gonna reset the market at 40. Pat got to get 40. That's just what it looks like. Pat gonna get 40, and then Baker gonna get paid. And I don't think Jameis or Marcus are gonna push the market in any way. But Deshaun Watson gonna want to get his money. Pay Dak before this thing gets bad, man.
Yeah.
Right, I would pay him, but 35 is too much. Where's Cooper? Can Cooper leave? Can we pay Cooper 18, 17?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Now at 35.
Yeah,
now Ezekiel 12, Cooper at 17, Dak at 35. Somebody's going.
Because let me tell
Somebody's
you,
out of there.
because let me tell you why. We got 60 with a possible 80 million in cap space this year, and the salary cap going to go up a whole $30 more million next year. We
Right. That's the next year. So that's all Dak.
We straight. Good. Good. If you give just that money to Dak, we got a whole 60 million in free cap space we could just play with. Please, let's run it.
Because we're letting Byron go. I'm sure we'll probably have to cut.
I think Byron gets paid, honestly. And look, I'll say this. I think you can pay all these guys if you don't rush to pay Zeke. Zeke ain't in the last year of his contract. Zeke got 2 more years. Coop in his last year, Byron in his last year, Dak in his last year. You pay those guys, then when it's time to pay Zeke, we'll have more money to pay him. I would rather pay Dak today than Zeke.
So we need to have a big group. See, what the Cowboys need to do is have a big group meeting. Because everybody can get paid what the market is at the time that they're trying to get paid. Everybody needs to give or take about extra $2-3 million on the board. Because if you look at the numbers, Cooper cannot be paid what he market value. Neither can Dak, neither can Zeke, neither can Byron. Somebody ain't gonna cut it. So they need to take a little off the top. And I do like Stephen Jones. I do agree. He don't be playing no games. I'm sure he told DeMarcus Lawrence that the same thing. Say, hey, man, technically by statistics, you're not the best in the league. You're about 3rd, 4th in the league, which works out great because we can give you that 3rd, 4th in the league salary and still be able to have some money left over to pay some other folks. So I need Cooper to say the same thing. Hey, Coop, you're good player. We like you. We traded for you, gave up first round. But let's be real here now. You're not top 2. This ain't Drake. Top 2, you're not 2. I need you to take about 16, 15, that's what I would like him to take. 17, somewhere right in there, just to keep you like Dallas, don't you? Then the Alabama man come on TV talking about Cooper, Jerry Jeudy. I don't believe in all that. Jerry Judy's a hope fantasy as far as I'm concerned. He's a college player. A lot of people good in college. Joey Galloway was good in college. Cooper's good in the NFL. It's the difference.
I think, and something else that I think about too is like when we talk about paying these guys, we shouldn't always talk about them in terms of resetting the market. I don't think everybody's gonna do that. Like Byron's not gonna get the most money. He's gonna get paid well, but he's not gonna be the highest paid corner. I don't think Cooper's gonna be the highest paid receiver. He's not gonna get paid more than Odell or Antonio or anything like that. He'll be right up in the middle somewhere. So just pay him. I think I think we'll be fine. I think we'll have enough money to pay anybody. I tell you what, big dog, you want to know a real quick way to save $10 million? Push La'el Collins' ass off a bridge. You say, boy, you save $10 million quick.
I don't. I'm happy with Collins leaving. I'm cool. I'm glad we got McGovern. Now, who I really wanted right there, but I'll be patient. I wanted. I'm probably going to end up following his whole career now, just to make sure McGovern is better than him. I don't remember how we could have had him instead of, similar situation. How Dallas could have had. We got Taco, and instead we could have probably should have got Watt. But I wanted Juan Thornhill right there. I think he's going to be a cool player. But I'm cool with going McGovern. You got to protect the line. Mm-hmm. Dallas is a line team. McGovern's there. Take the pick, whatever. Apparently he was the second. We all good at drafting linemen. I don't know if we ever drafted a good safety since. Well, I guess Woods is all right, but so I'm comfortable with that. But if La'el leaves, you doing more film on McGovern. You think he's better at guard? You think he's better at tackle? I know he can move around a little bit.
You talking about La'el Collins or Connor McGovern?
Yeah. Well, when Collins leaves, you think McGovern becomes your new right tackle?
No.
Or does Williams, Texas boy, step outside?
Yeah, Connor Williams probably going to be your right tackle, and Connor McGovern is going to be your left guard / center guy.
Well, Williams hopefully he still got good feet. I've been seeing him. He look like he eating everything in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That boy is.
Him big. Him big. But shit, good. Good. Get big and stay big. Shit.
Yeah. Just keep them feet. But yeah, that's what I think. As long as Zeke can, I think we should give him a behavioral-based contract.
Uh-huh. Hopefully
with the cap increase, and like you said, we can get folks in there. But I can't have everybody in there asking for more money than they deserve. They need to have a group meeting. Everybody write your number down, and then we're just gonna have them keep writing the number down until it's a number that I want you to write down.
Yeah, they gonna do that, and they gonna look right at Steven and be like, "Man, is you crazy?" Appreciate it, big dog. Thanks for calling in. I just plugged you in as platinum, so next time you call, you'll go to the top of the list, brother.
No problem, man. I appreciate it. Good luck on the show, man. Hey, y'all, I like y'all on the show. It needs to be something a little bit more, I'm best damn sports show period type content. I hope y'all can get on something like that one of these days.
What you mean? Like in what way?
Well, some of y'all's discussion. See, like you be saying, he be bringing out $100,000, be bringing out the cussing in you, he be making you yell, and that might not be okay for you, ESPN or something like that. But yeah, you get on HBO, best damn sports show period. I think you'd be all right there. I like that for you.
Yeah. That's mostly, that's mostly how we do things, like if I'm on the phone with my man Rico right here, man, then we gonna talk ball how we talk ball, but if $100,000 gonna get on the ball, then we gonna get loud and cuss. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's cool.
Appreciate it though.
No pressure.
My bad, Space Cowboy. I ain't mean to hold you on the phone. Damn, man. I just had you on hold and shit.
Listen, man.
Damn.
No, listen, man. He was the first time caller. He deserves some spotlight.
Man, and you all in the chat box plugging YouTube and shit. I feel bad, man. My fault, Space Cowboy.
No, you're good. No, the one thing I wanted to mention while he was talking.
My bad.
And I've had a chance to speak. No, you're good. It was the whole thing of whether you pay Dak the market value or not. Well, what I kind of noticed with teams is they'll pay their quarterback knowing that whoever franchise it is, has the confidence that, hey, we can win with this guy. Like, when you look at the Falcons, for example, right, they have put in place a roster that can succeed as long as, no one gets hurt. And, obviously people get hurt, but still. But they're like, okay, Matt Ryan has done this for us, and we've built a team around him that can work. So we're comfortable with paying him that amount because we know that he's not only going to get better, but we can win with him now. With Dak, and typically this is what teams like to do from what I've seen with the younger quarterbacks, is they try to find out, okay, what can we do with this quarterback to make him succeed? And once you find that formula, you run with it. And that's what the Cowboys did. With him starting in 2016, we kind of see, okay, this guy can be a dual-threat quarterback, and maybe we can implement some elements of, like, a spread off, something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And so you add those things, and guess what? It's resulted in 3 straight winning seasons,
2 playoff appearances, those being division titles, and you got a playoff win out of it. So if that's the case, and I know, okay, this guy has done what he's got to do to get us wins, and that's all that matters, right? Wins. Like, if this team can win, I think that's the basic metric, the only metric he can base it off of. Dak's led us to 3 straight winning seasons, 2 playoff appearances, a playoff win, and we know this formula can work. It's not like Dak was putting up horrible performance after horrible performance, and we went like 6-10,
Right.
5-11,
Right.
and like 3-13. If that was the case, do you think the Cowboys would be sitting here wanting to pay Dak? No, they would be like, okay, we tried this with this guy. We can see that he's not grown. We need to go on to the next guy. And that's what some franchises do. But then there are some that find a winning formula. But then there are some that get stuck in the mud, like the Lions, for example, right? The Lions are like, okay, we got Matt Stafford, right? Okay, he can win this way. But then the problem is either he just, and he shows up sometimes. So most of the time it's the team, and then you have Detroit having issues with building the team, and that's why you need to have not only good players but a good front office to coincide with that.
I tell you what,
see what
man.
I mean?
I tell you what. I hate to repeat myself, but me and you think so similarly, man. That's why I try. Shouts out to you getting 3,000 YouTube subs, man.
Thank you.
You
Trying
gonna,
to get to 5K by the end of the year.
five by December. That's the goal. Listen, man. Like, man. And I know I've said this 1,000 times. So, chat box, if y'all upset with me for saying this 1,000 times, I'm sorry. You not paying for Dak Prescott's talent. That ain't what you're paying for. You have a formula that works. As back in my coaching days, man, I just used to. I often look at offenses like a video game. You know what I'm saying? Like an RPG game. You know what I'm saying? If I play Skyrim, I'm playing Skyrim, and the whole game I'm one-handed. I'm just working on my one-handed skill. I'm cutting motherfuckers up with my one-handed sword. And I say, man, I just want to up and be an archer one day. And I just pick up a bow and go fight the big boss. I'm going to get my ass killed. Because the formula ain't there.
My language now.
The formula ain't there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a mage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not a summoner. I'm a one-handed guy. So you got to get your formula that work. That means I'm going to get my one-handed armor, my one-handed gauntlets. I'm about to get me a one-handed necklace, everything to upgrade my one-handed because I know the formula that works. And if we got to have a top-tier running back and a fantastic defense for Dak Prescott to win us a Super Bowl, that's your formula. That's your formula. You can't say I want a quarterback with more arm talent because you don't know Ryan Mallett's formula. You don't know Matt Stafford's formula. We know how to win with Dak. Why do we care if he can't make throws that Pat Mahomes can't make? Why do we care if he miss a deep ball every night? Why do we care? Wins is the only thing that matters. And if we got the formula to win, let's follow that formula and keep winning.
Exactly. And for example, that's a great example using Skyrim. I don't know if anyone plays Madden anymore because it's garbage, But you don't if you I always use the Cowboys playbook because I know the plays and it fits me personally. If I switch to I don't freaking know the Packers playbook, I'm gonna have an issue with the game because I'm not used to that playbook.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing with the quarterbacks. If I'm the quarterback and my whole shtick is being a dual threat, and you're teaching me to be a pocket passer, I'm not going to succeed because that's not my style.
Sure.
And this is the thing. People want to say that because people like to label it as limiting a quarterback or just handcuffing them or something of that nature. No, it's not. If this is what Dak needs to win, like every other quarterback needs, if that's the situation they need to be in to win, then so help it. You pay the players that you know work in your system, and guess what? You're going to be winning games. And it's not if someone's doing bad, then guess what? You can try to replace it. It's not like you can't we're stuck with these players and we can't do anything. So if we're trying, and this is why I think Dak struggled sometimes was because I feel like the offense
was very linear and vanilla, in my honest opinion.
Yeah.
And as a result, you couldn't, I felt like he was uncomfortable at sometimes. Yeah, I understand he makes mistakes. Like every quarterback makes mistakes. We're all human. But if we're going to sit here and say, oh, well, Dak can't do this, or Dak should play like this guy, why should he play like that guy? If he's winning and that other guy's losing because of the situation he's in, why should we play him like that if that's not going to fit our system?
Big facts.
So.
Big facts, man.
By the way, I see everyone in the chat wishing me happy birthday. Thank you, everybody. I greatly appreciate it.
Send that man a birthday gift to his Cash App or something. Drop your Cash App, Space Cowboy.
Oh man.
Oh, you suck. Let me tell you something, man. Kendrick Lamar got a line in it was his BET Cypher freestyle with TD. He said, "You either corny or an opportunist." You know what I'm saying? And if it's your birthday and I'm telling you to drop your Cash App so these people can send you birthday money, you should be an opportunist and drop your damn Cash App so these people can send you birthday money.
Man,
you don't want no bread.
Man. All right, nah, man.
You don't want no bread. Okay, look,
I make my bread. No, I make my bread elsewhere.
Okay, look, take that same money and put it in my super chat, and I appreciate y'all very much for the upgrading.
Yeah, give it to Voch.
Let me say this though. Let me show people what y'all super chats have been contributing to. I got this brand new big ass light here. If y'all watch me, let me go to my OBS. I see where I'm at. If y'all took a look at my dry erase film session thing that I did today, I got better lighting now because I got a big ass lamp. I got another lamp back yonder way. It's messy over there. Don't look. And I got a tripod for my camera. I did laundry day. Pardon me. I got a tripod for my camera. So hey man, y'all super chats and donations and shit is going to a good place. I ain't just buying coke and hookers out here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back into the phones and I'm so stupid. Let's get back into the phones and see what they talking about. We got one more call. This probably be the last one for the night. 316. What's happening? Who this? Huh? What the hell? Hello? Who's?
What the hell?
Huh? It's 11 o'clock. Why are you up so late, little person?
It's them haters. They're all crying because we're spitting facts and logic, bro.
God damn. Well, all right, let me go ahead and get you up out of here then.
Yeah, man.
Voch, will you be going to training camp in Oxnard? Probably not, man. I'll be holding it down from the compound here. But if y'all going to training camp and y'all got some footage, like some O-line, D-line footage, and y'all want me to bless that footage, send it to me, and I'll put some words on there. But go ahead though. Go ahead, Carter, Space Cowboy.
Yeah, not a problem. Look, I don't know how much longer you're gonna go on. I guess I'll let you wrap up now.
It's been.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. Look, man. Like this, my problem, bro. I had two topics I wanted to talk because I was playing Madden 08 on PS2, mind you.
That's my favorite.
That's the best one. I was playing Madden, man. I was sitting back chilling. I was like, man, let me just get on live stream for like 45 minutes and just talk on two topics. My problem is when I set these damn phones up, I don't know how to cut people off. I just want to hear y'all talk. I just love to hear y'all talk. As long as people calling in, I'm answering the phone. I love to interact with y'all because y'all, I don't know y'all personally, but y'all calling my show, y'all show love, and I appreciate y'all. So y'all are the reason why my shows be an hour and 40 minutes. So salute to y'all.
Anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll go ahead.
Closing thoughts.
No, I'm going to go and plug my stuff, and then I'm going to hop off. So, first of all, thank you so much for letting me come on. Greatly appreciate it.
No doubt.
Again, thank you so much for the birthday wishes, everyone in chat. If you don't know who I am, I'm Space Cowboy 17. I've been in the chat. I'll drop my link in the description, in the chat, so you guys can go sub up. Mm-hmm. Trying to get to 5K by December. We are getting close, but not really, but we're getting there.
Yeah, we're good.
Listen, if you haven't already, man, hit the like button, man. I only see 54 likes unless I didn't refresh my page. Let me see.
No, it ain't many.
67 now. There we go. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, thank you, Voch, so much. Guys, if you haven't, make sure to go sub up to my channel. I'll put up some good content as well. And I'll be seeing you guys later. All right?
Appreciate it, famo.
I'll see you later.
Yes, sir. we got one last call, and I promise if it was somebody else, if it was just some miscellaneous scrub calling my show, I promise I wouldn't answer the phone, man. But some platinum people call the show, you got to answer the phone for them because I'd be fake if I didn't. T-Dub, what's good, man?
Brother Voch, man, it's been a minute.
That's the intro you need when you call in, huh? That's the intro you're looking for, huh?
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
No doubt, man.
I had something to talk about. No. I just called to borrow $20. No.
How you doing, man? Boy, that weather out there crazy, ain't it? Boy, that weather. We just catching up. What's good, brother, man?
Man, to be honest, I just caught the tail end of the show. I'm going to have to watch the playback, and that's why I tried to jump on it. I missed the last few, especially I wanted to jump on that roundtable, but I missed out on that one. Yeah. I think all this drama that's going on is just boredom. That's all I think all this is. This is all just a news cycle.
Yeah. Can I be honest?
The only way...
Can I be honest, though, T-Dub? Can I just be honest? Like, I don't really think this is a polarizing topic. I think everybody going to get paid. It's just that it's July, and I need some YouTube content.
No, believe me, I understand what you guys are. I understand you're fighting views. Believe me, I get that. I'm talking about the sports networks. Basically, they just need something to talk about. Yeah. And the only thing in this time, do you think any ratings would be given if people would think about how much press the Cowboys have gotten in the last month and a half to 2 months?
Yes, sir.
If you try to do that with Atlanta or Baker Mayfield, and if you think they gave the same amount of press to Baker Mayfield in Cleveland as they do to the Cowboys,
right,
do you think their viewership would be anywhere near them blurbing about Ezekiel Elliott bumping into some little kid?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They had a Rico Gathers interview on there one time. Like, man, like the Cowboys so powerful. Y'all want to talk about our 4th-string tight end? Like, that's how it is. Like, we just run the media.
It's gotten so bad to where they've gotten down to talking to people who work in the locker room, getting their opinion. Like we heard a guy who spray deodorant in there after people finish up with their showers and clean the showers up. They're not dirty enough. That means they're not working hard enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. So training camp can't get here soon enough.
Yeah.
And I still got my fingers crossed. I know the wide receiver room is crazy, but I still got my fingers crossed for my boy Cedric. So
yeah.
I'll get back at you, man. I'll get back at you. I just want to drop a line to you and say, hey.
Hey, man, appreciate it, man. We're going to have plenty to talk about in a couple of weeks when training camp gets to percolating and all that. We'll have eyes on it. I tell you what, football is so amazing. This is the only sport where we care about the sport when ain't no games going on, whether it be free agency, draft. Like, we love football so much, we'll tune in to watch them run 40s and to just watch them practice. We ain't even looking at. We just want to hear about practice. Like, football is amazing, man. And it's just time that football hurry the hell up and get back on the TV.
Imagine people trying to do this with soccer talk.
Hell no.
We got the Belgian team was out drinking late last night, man. It was crazy.
Saskatchewan.
The house. Oh my God, it was ridiculous.
Oh no, man. Cut that mess off. Just cut that mess off. That. Appreciate it, T-Dub from Wichita Falls. Hey, listen, man. Listen, man,
I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Listen, man, when the regular season goes on, call into them shows too, cause them the big shows. Like, I don't normally get my regulars calling in the off season, but when the season starts, we gonna have the post game shows, cause those were fantastic last year. The morning after shows, cause those were fantastic. Everybody tune in to the film sessions. I'm dropping four per week, and we gonna be busy in the regular season, man. So T-Dub, stay your ass tuned in, man. I appreciate it.
Man, I can't wait. It's been a rough off season. I've been waiting for it. Believe me, I didn't watch the replays of the games on YouTube. I don't know how many times.
Yes, sir.
It's ridiculous.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, take care of yourself, bro.
Yes, sir. In the comment section, Scorpio, Voch, you gonna do a breakdown of Tua? Actually, I have 2 breakdowns of Tua Tagovailoa. So y'all should be ready for that. Peep this out. For those of you that have never heard of this little nuance in my show, it's a little something that I like to do called clock game. And it's when people call into my show, I have a clock on my phone, pull it up, and I'm going to set a time on this clock. And I'm going to have exactly 60 seconds on this clock. It's kind of like a rapid fire deal. And no matter what part of the conversation the caller is in, when that clock goes off, they got to get off the phone. So let's play a quick segment of clock game, and the time starts after the introduction. Let's see how this goes. Watch this. 713, what's happening? Who this?
Hey, this is Eastside Harold, Houston's finest.
Eastside Harold, what you got for the show?
I'm putting it in the air. I'm speaking to existence. Zeke needs a fresh start in H-Town, 45 South. That's where he needs to go. He needs to be with a real quarterback, some fresh H-Town. We got Westbrook. Hey, we can get Zeke. Everybody's trying to get to Houston. It's the low.
All right, fam. I'm gonna go ahead and get you about the phone. I appreciate you, bro. All right, Eastside Harold, we're gonna go ahead and get you up out of there. All right, y'all. That was Clock Game. I love Clock Game. It's fantastic. All right, y'all. Listen, thank y'all for tuning into the show, man. If y'all haven't tuned in, check out my my last edition of my white marker board talk. I drew up defensive coverages and how to read complex coverages and simple coverages and all that type of stuff. So, hey, y'all, check that out. And watch the Donovan Alumba film session if you haven't. Watch the Christian Covington film session if you haven't. This is a very slow time, so I need all your views. Oh, God, I need all your views. So please tune into those if that's how you want to support me. If you want to support me any other way, the Super Chat is there. The PayPal, $King Lombardi is there. Everybody that support me, man, I appreciate y'all, man. It is an incredible display, and it humbles me every time y'all show support. Miss Scouting Pro say I look good. She liked the fact I'm losing weight and chiseling out. That's just gonna motivate me even more to go out and run tomorrow, to run them 5 miles tomorrow. So we just gonna figure this out step by step, one day at a time. Y'all like the video, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you know when I drop random film session in the middle of the week, just like this. Voch got to go get rid of some of that water. All right, y'all. Peace. Salute. It's been fun. It's been real. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. Until next time.